big that you'd like to say right now?
We're live.
Okay. Well, all in favor say aye.
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 Okay, we are back in open session. Next item, consideration of resolution 20-11-2449, approving the terms of a 2-year contract with Wisconsin Professional Police Association Law Enforcement Employee Relations Division. Is there a motion to approve this or sending it on to council?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item, consideration of resolution 20-11-2450, approving the terms of a 2-year contract with International Association of Firefighters Local 311. Is there a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Next, item C, consideration of resolution 20-11-2451, approving a proposal from GovHR USA for services related to the police chief recruitment. Is there a motion to approve this?
So move.
Second.
Motion carries. Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. So as you're aware, Wally will be leaving us shortly, and as such, the Police and Fire Commission will begin the process of recruitment for replacement of that position. After they kind of went through, kind of thinking through the process this summer, they kind of landed on the desire of bringing in an outside executive search firm to assist them with this process, kind of just given the nature of policing and the importance of this position in the community. And they just would like some kind of assistance from that end. So I was asked to put together an RFP for executive search services, which I sent out in October. We received 4 responses to that proposal from Baker Tilly, GovHR, Step Up Equity Matters, and the Rising Group. And after consideration, the PFC met last week to review the 4 responses. And after discussion for a number of different reasons, they recommend selection of GovHR for this contract. The next resolution that follows on the agenda is just the budget amendment that would authorize the transfer of funds to pay for this contract. Happy to take any questions that you might have.
So, yeah, I guess 2 things. One, Police and Fire Commission is they made the recommendation to hire them, or did they allow you to be in the room during the discussion?
They did, yes, and they asked for my perspective on the 4 applications as well.
And why, why did they recommend Gov?
Yeah, for a couple different reasons. One, GovHR is a history of doing specifically police recruitments in kind of the regional area, specifically in Wisconsin. Over the last 5 or so years, they've done a handful of successful police chief searches. Waukesha being one, Sun Prairie, I think, is another, Middleton, a couple of other ones, at least in the last couple of years. They're known in this profession for being very strong in the executive search. They do more than just police chief searches. They do all kinds of local government administrative positions, but they have a background in this as well. They liked the proposal that they put together with bringing in the different input points. We talked a lot about wanting to have a public input component to this process where the general public can have the opportunity to provide some feedback to the PFC that they would then incorporate in their decision-making process. Price also was one data point. GovHR was the lowest responsible bidder out of the 4, and has been doing this work for a number of years, so they felt pretty comfortable with bringing in GovHR as the firm.
I think I would add, when Brian and I were looking through all the proposals, I think we agreed that GovHR and Baker Tilly were the top 2. The others really didn't have too much experience in this field. In fact, one of them, I don't think, had any police chief search experience. Or maybe.
Yeah, it's Step Up to Equity Matters, a newer firm. They've got very limited public safety executive search experience.
And I at least felt GovHR was probably a better bet because they had more public safety searches and more in Wisconsin. I don't know if Baker Tilly, did they have maybe one in Wisconsin or?
They've got a couple. Pleasant Prairie, I think, was their most recent Wisconsin-based one. There is a Baker Tilly office in Madison, but the bulk of the team that would be doing this is coming from the Twin Cities office, which is where they're located.
Kathy?
So I'm gathering from what I'm hearing that they've had a lot of experience in this area. And I think we all know that's beneficial because they have access to people, they know who's around, they know what to look out for. And it's good to have people who have a broad range of experience in this particular type of hiring.
And I would say the references are pretty strong. I talked to the Waukesha city administrator about the contract and spoke very highly of them. And talked with the city of Middleton, they had a couple of concerns just about some of the ways in which one of the staff members was dealing with one of their staff members. But I think those are things that can be rectified on our end just with managing the contract. So I feel pretty confident with GovHR.
Kathy?
Yeah, given what's going on with us and other police departments, I'm assuming that they have exposure and experience to diversity and know how to focus and look for that as well.
They do, and it would be a point of emphasis for us, whichever firm we would select. Between myself and the chair of the PFC would talk with the firm and kind of lay out the ground rules, if you would, for the type of search we're expecting. That would be one thing that we will highlight for sure in the public input.
Thank you.
Doug, anything more?
No.
No? Kathy? No? Okay, well then all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, consideration of resolution 20-11-2452, amending the 2020 operating budget to fund police chief recruitment services. Brian, do you want to address this too, or Mark can, whichever?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is the corollary resolution. Again, just authorizing the fund transfer from fund balance to pay for this search because it's an unbudgeted item.
Questions?
Want a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a motion? Yes.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Any further questions?
Yeah, I had a question for Wally. I thought you were done today. So are we paying you like a consultant's fee to be here tonight, or?
No, I'm not actually done until officially, well, Wednesday is my last working day, using benefit time through the end of the year. So you were actually paying me till December.
Okay, good. That's a relief.
How much longer do we have to pay you after Wednesday?
Long time. Joan, we don't need a roll call on this, do we, since it's
No.
under 25? Oh, since it's an amendment we do?
It's an amendment to the budget,
Okay.
so it should be a roll call. So Alder Wood,
All right.
Alder Thomas,
Aye.
okay.
Motion carries. Only remaining item, acceptance of general fund accounts payable checks dated October 16th through the 29th and October 30th through November 12th, 2020. Documentation of invoices paid is available in the city clerk's office. Mark?
All right. So there's a lot of them. Just kind of touch on a couple things. Page 42, Monona Eastside Business Alliance tourism grant, one of their grant awards. Page 43 is a Quick Trip and Landmarks. There are two fuel. 46. Bell Marketing, it says servers for $25,000. This was a COVID-19 expense related to laptops working at home. So we had a new server, had to upgrade to servers. I just filed a request with the state. This was part of our reimbursement. So this is included in the COVID-19. Page 47, I just want to talk about this all the time, but Johnson Tree tree care, ash tree removals. Capital fund, the 400 fund is basically used up for the year.
I had another question on 47, Mark, just out of curiosity, governmentjobs.com, 210 for a text messaging service. I was just curious what that is.
I can answer that.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Governmentjobs.com is our applicant tracking system. And we get that software program through our insurance company, Civmic. So we don't pay to utilize that program, which is awesome. They do have a text messaging service through there, though, that is not included in our general contract with Civmic. And we decided to purchase that this year. And the reason is when we hire our seasonals, I don't know if you know this, but kids these days don't do email anymore. So we had to purchase the extra text messaging module that basically sends them a text message saying, you have an email message that you need to go read. So that's what it is.
That's pretty funny. Okay, thank you.
Page 48, the cave nursery. This is going to talk about the right-of-way tree replacement. We're almost 10,000, 9,300 worth of trees. Page 51, Stop Stick Limited. This is part of the police department. Your stop sticks. Page 58. This one hit on a Civics Rec. Civics Plus, I mean, this is Civics or Rec annual fee. This is where people pay online and the rec department's able to keep on who's on what program. So it's basically their whole network. Page 59 is Dell Computers. Again, this is the COVID computers. These are the laptops that we have for people working at home and other laptops. This has all been requested for reimbursement with the state. One of the things for the state for the CARES Act is one of the things you can get reimbursed for is setting people up to work at home, i.e. the laptops, the servers, and things like that. So these are allowable expenditures with the CARES Act. Page 61, land tax services. Just want to highlight again, the CARES Act for computer services, 6,800, that is setting up the servers, set up all the laptops, and so on. So we charge those to the CARES Act, which is again another allowable expenditure. Page 62, fire equipment services. Last month, basically one of the fire trucks had to have a lot of repairs, brakes, tires, and so on. Being a fire truck, they're expensive. Page 63, Strand. Just kind of hit on that. A couple of large areas they're working on, the Stonebridge Park, library HVAC, and the water tower upgrade. 69, Gunta Law Offices. As you can see, they are the attorneys for some of our claims related to the police department.
Mark, is this going towards that 37,000 that we would have to pay?
Yes, this would match that.
Okay.
Each claim has that 37.5. Page 70, Madison Metro Sewers District. It's the third quarter. This is right on target. What we estimated for the sewer for the budget. Page 72, again, I know I hit Strand a lot. There are a lot of our capital projects on page 72. Military site review, water tower, Winnequa Park PCB investigation. That's basically finalized. Riverfront, that's finalized, and Gateway Green and Winnequa. So Winnequa Park is basically done. Page 74. Electronics. It says equipment installation. There's 3 costs. The first one, 3,276. That is work over at the community center. This is a COVID-19 expenditures. You know, with the building being closed, we have automatic lock on there, so we had the cameras to know who's in and out. Again, this is one of those allowable things to get in public facilities up to speed with COVID-19, so that is allowable expenditure. The second one, the 13,000, that's just cameras that were just regular part of our 2020 budget. And then the third one for 14,000 is another COVID expenditure. This is again locks and intercom system for City Hall and the fire department. This again is a reimbursable CARES Act activity.
Hey, Mark,
Yes.
I don't expect you to know this number off the top of your head, but if you could let us know, I'd be curious how much we've gotten or how much we have asked for, I guess, for reimbursement for COVID.
I was just working on, I can email it tomorrow. I know what those numbers are, so.
Okay.
I think we only had like 25,000 left is what we didn't use. CD, same page, CDW government. These are again related to CARES Act and some webcams, like the senior center to do online activities for the senior center. So this is all reimbursable. Data storage, hard drives, this was all allowable under the CARES Act. 75, page 75. I just noticed this, so I need to talk to Leah and Joan about this. Under Dell, I believe the first computer we paid them twice, so we'll have to look into that. 11,525. I believe that was a double payment, but I need to look into that. I want to get back in tomorrow finally. And the 9600, that is actually computers that was allowable for that. So underneath that, the LED upgrades, this was part of the approved capital for the Public Works building. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
Does anybody else have any questions? I think you guys have done a good job of spending our CARES Act allotments. I know it
We
isn't.
took some big things and did it with instead of, we did lose a lot. We did have a lot of PPE and things like that, but with the larger items, we think we made it fit.
Good work. Any other questions? Is there a motion to accept the bills?
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you.